Hey, what's up everyone? Mendel here. I hope you're all doing awesome and wonderful. So in this video, I'll be showcasing the UMANSKYBASS plugin, but not in a typical plugin showcase, but more about songwriting and a starting point for sound design. So let's dig right in. Here we go. All right, so over here I have UMANSKYBASS. Now, let me just roll my keyboard here. I love this new desk. I'll make a video about it, but it sounds phenomenal. Like phenomenal sounding bass with clean amp here. Sounds very cool. Grid is pretty heavy. And we have heavy. So sick. You get the idea. And there are a ton of videos on YouTube how every setting works and the whole kind of stuff. But I thought it would be cool to more focus on using this as a songwriting tool instead of like a typical putting it on a metal mix or any mix and using it typically as a bass, more as supporting something different. So again, this is the eye. It sounds phenomenal. So we'll get back to that right to it. Bear with me. So over here I have my favorite piano, which is the Noir Pure. I have it set so it's nice and bright. Let's play some piano. Sounds really bright. So let's say we take something like this. Something like that. Now pay attention to this, right? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unmute the UMANSKYBASS. Here we go. Just turn it up a bit. But how cool does that sound? So again, so let's say we play something like this. Now with the UMANSKYBASS, how heavy are those lower octaves? Let me just put it a tiny bit down. So again, those lower octaves. So without it, with it, so let's say we play something different. So for example, Rachmaninoff. Like upper register, we have this. Let's just slow it down a bit. Right? So now that same part with the UMANSKYBASS. Phenomenal. Let's just turn it down a bit, maybe like this. Adds a whole different dimension to that. So let's add some reverb to this. So let's use, for an example, Cinematic Room, which is really cool. I really like this one. So let's put it on 50-50 or 0-0, just like that. So this is just the piano. Right? Now the bass. cool is that? How cool is that? Again, without. Right? With it. Oops. Or for an example, the starting point of that piece, that Rachmaninoff piece. By the way, it's called Prelude C sharp, Prelude in C sharp, up to number 2, something like that. I'll put it in the link in the description. But it starts like this, right? Now let's try that with the bass underneath it. Let's turn it up. Here we go. So, without it, let's do a tiny bit less reverb, just like so. Here we go. That sounds unreal. So let's try those chords. Here we go. Cool. It sounds so different than anything I've done before. Seriously. Seriously. So weird. But in a cool way. Okay, so let's try something really high, right? So some like lullaby-ish. So different, so different. Right, so there are millions of ways you can use this. So hopefully this inspires you to not just use this bass plugin just as typical bass. You would like put a MIDI in, put it on your metal mix, and it would sound phenomenal. Like I love this bass so much. I decided to use it on my upcoming solo album. So like it sounds killer for replacing real bass player, which is the best thing in the world, right? Like no complaining, no money for new bass strings, no complaining. I said no complaining. That's what she said. But still, but using this as a songwriting tool or like a starting point for sound design, like you heard, like just layering this with a piano, it creates a whole different dimension. So try something of your own. So hopefully you like this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the belly thing. That's much appreciated. And see you next time. Cheers.